From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from the Superdome. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. They begin with a run by Miller. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Here we go. Catch White.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now a 2nd and 6. Now Rattler. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Here's Rattler. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Here we go. Here we go.
They go back to the ground now with Miller. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Kamara up the middle. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 3.
To the air is Rattler. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 12-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Rattler wants to throw it. And that is incomplete here.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go.
Throwing is Rattler. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. And Rattler, he'll throw again. Rolling to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a fourth down.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
So our initial drive of the night ends in 3 points. Maybe not exactly what this home crowd wanted, but they'll take the early lead.
They will take it. You're exactly right. Everybody wants a touchdown. But in this case, good opening drive, put points on the board, and a lot of coaches do believe the first team to score in the game, statistically, often ends up the winner.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 3rd and 3. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 67 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And the kick team down there quickly. They don't have to run as far as they used to. And they're able to stop him before he can even make it to the 15. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Come on, set. Hut.
Back to throw now on first down. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Jackson sliding out of the pocket. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Jackson now. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right. That is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Rattler. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 44-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready?
From the shotgun, Rattler. Flushed out right. Another catch for Valdez-Scantling. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw. Going for it all. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown, Saints! A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it solid because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson eluding the pressure right. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Well, now how about this return? A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2nd down, they go again with Henry. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Now it's Jackson. They're looking deep here for Flowers. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Inside handoff now, Miller. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 49 yards.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints are an extra point away from drawing level. Groupie for the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And these 2 teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
They go play action with Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Trying to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Throwing is Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. It's caught at the 10. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on third down.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. To throw is Jackson. Right side, there's Likely with it. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Here's Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. Fourth and goal. Here we go. Now it's Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Ravens answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Tucker now for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Next to score, Ravens 24, Saints 17. Justin Tucker to kick off the Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Here's second and 8. Quick completion here to Johnson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A first down carry now for Miller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. Here's second down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Throwing now is Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. Here's first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Connecting with Hill. Well, that's how they wanted to start the drive. All the way out near the 40. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down. He's back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
He'll look to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.